Sarcasm.
Yes, Aya.
Did the other Ayan just leave?
I guess so, because for a long time I didn't see her in our class. I think she left. I think.
Okay, then I'll just change my name just to Ayan.
You have beautiful surname. You can just keep it there. Nagizada. What does it mean, Nagizada?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I need
Nagizada.
to search it up on Google.
Hmm. Good. Okay. Then Jasmine, Ayan, Rifa. Uh,
Yes, teacher.
Once again, actually, these Sasmo questions, actually, they are really in math. How do you call this? We call them thought-provoking questions. Okay. So some question, when you just have a look, you just say that, okay, wait. You try to think, but even you don't know sometimes how to think and what to think. That means that thought provoking means you need to do some brainstorming, all right? And also a lot of questions, if you do not think out of the box, right, you cannot solve the questions. And that's why it really improves your problem solving skill, critical thinking skill, and also your visual skill and how to say and approaching the question from different perspective, from different angles. And that's why if you really practice these questions, as many questions as possible, actually you will make a lot of improvement. And also you will see that you will have different thinking skill from others. Okay, because how do we train ourselves? How do we make improvement? The only way is education. Education means learning some subjects, right, like math or English or some literature and blah blah blah. And also everybody, I think, agrees that among the subjects, that's language and number and thinking, right? That is math and language. Language is whatever language you speak. These two things are the most important, because if your math is weak, for example, it is hard to understand physics. And also it is hard a bit, I mean, in a lot of chemical reactions, for example, or computer science, for example, right? Anyway, what I want to say here is what you're doing here is a kind of building foundation for your future. And soon it will pay off, okay? You will never regret. And the whole lifetime, it will help you in understanding and also in fast learning, okay? So that's why what I suggest you try to practice as many problems as possible when you have time. Okay, so we actually started this, and this one is secondary one. Guys, we are going to practice with you. You are grade 8, right? So we are going to practice S1, S2, and the S3. First, we have to do these questions, and after that, we will move to S2, and after that, S3, again, S1, S2, S3. And I think we stopped here. Rifa, are you here?
I think I know the answer to this.
Good. What is the answer?
Is it 28?
Okay, what is the next number? Can you also know the next answer?
After 28?
Yes.
No, I'm not sure. But I did this question before. That's why I know.
Okay. So,
I need to calculate it.
yeah, it is Ayan. Actually, in general, it is not so easy to find these perfect numbers. Okay. You can just keep in mind that, for example, next number is 496. The first number is 6, second number is 28, next number is 496. Okay, finding these numbers, actually, it is not so easy. So what you have to do is, at least, here it's a given definition. Okay, after 6, but just trial and method, we can get 28. But after 28, finding 496, it's not easy way. Okay, usually they don't even ask this. But just here to give an idea to the student. Okay, also we have this kind of concept, we have this kind of number, so that if you're interested, you can learn more. Okay, because if I ask you after 28, what is that number? In like maybe 10 or 20 minutes, we cannot find this answer if you don't know. If you know directly, we can write this answer. So after 28, if you just test every number, right, between 6 and 27, it doesn't work. The only number after 6 is 28. because it is factors are 1, it is 2, 4, 7, and the 14. We say proper positive factors. Proper means not including itself. So then what is the sum of these numbers? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 14. That's equal to 28. So the answer is 28. Good. Now let's move to the other question. Okay, let's also do this together. And after that, maybe you give a try to other questions. Oops. Yeah, looking at the screen for 2 hours now. My eyes feels a bit. Anyway, so it says that the dimensions of a rectangle are x centimeters by y centimeters, where x and y are integers such that the area and perimeter of the rectangle are numerically equal. Numerically equal means, for example, in order to find the area, the unit is square centimeters here. The unit of the perimeter, it is a centimeter. Okay, we are just ignoring the units, and we are just talking about the numerical part. So now suppose that we are talking about this rectangle, and suppose that its length is x and width is y. Okay, so now in the question is saying that here perimeter, what is perimeter? 2 times length plus width. And how about the area? It is just length times width. Now here also, we know that this x and y, these are positive integers. Positive integers means it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And 0 is not a positive number nor a negative number. It's just a neutral number. It doesn't have any sign. Okay, any number greater than 0, then we call this positive. Any number less than 0, then we call this negative. If it is 0, it is neither positive nor negative. Anyway, so how do we do this? I'm just going to do this using very simple method, okay? Guess and trial method. So now, since x is greater than y, so let me just give some values for y. For example, if y equals 1, does it work or not? So since we are saying that this perimeter is equal to area, I mean numerically. So if you substitute 1 for y in these equations, on the left-hand side, perimeter becomes 2 times x plus y. On the right-hand side, area, it is 1 times x, that's equal to just x. If you solve this equation, 2x is equal to x equals minus 2. And this cannot be the answer, right? Because we are talking about the length, it must be positive. So it doesn't work. Next one is, let's say y is equal to 2. If y is equal to 2, again, substitute into the equation x plus 2. And here we have 2 times x. Now here 2x, they cancel each other. On the left-hand side, we have 4. On the right-hand side, we have 0. And also, it is weird. Actually, it's not acceptable. 4 is not equal to 0. And next one is, how about y is equal to 3? If it is 3, here we have 2 times x plus 3 is equal to 3 times x. Now, if you solve this equation, we get that 2x, x is equal to 6. Now, it works. Now, I got one answer. So, x equals 6, y is equal to 3. It is one answer. If you check this, 3 times 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 times 2 is the perimeter. It is 18. I'll continue. How about y is equal to 4? If y is equal to 4, here we have 2 times x plus 4 is equal to 4 times x. The left-hand side is the perimeter, right-hand side is the area. So if you solve this, here we have x is equal to 4. Oh, we got another answer here. Then x equals, what is it? X equals 4, y is equal to 4. Actually, it's a square. Square is also a special rectangle, right? Now, if you continue, you will see that as x gets bigger, this y gets bigger, x will get smaller, which means that here x represents length, x should be greater than or equal to y. Let me just show you one more. For example, let's say y is equal to 5. Here we have 2 times x plus 5. On the right hand side, I have 5x. If you solve this, what is x? X equals 10 over 3. It's getting smaller and smaller. So we don't have any other possible answers. So our answers are, it is, what is it? 6, 3, or 4 and 4. We have only two possible answers. Okay, Ayan, Nagizade. Everything's clear?
Yes, it's actually kind of easy.
Good. But here, Ayan, again, the problem is, can you do these things fast? Can you think fast? Can you solve this problem maximum in 4 minutes? That's a challenge, you know. And a lot of times students know how to do that, but they think slowly. They work slowly. But that's the problem, because just knowing is not enough. Can you also think fast? Can you also do fast? That's also important. Okay, let's move move to the next question. How about this one? Jasmine, Aya, can you give a try? This was an easy question. Let's discuss this after 2 minutes.
I've done
Sorry, I left.
question too.
Huh?
Mr. Chasm, I've done this question too.
Okay, what did you get? What is the answer?
My answer was that A is 2 and B is 4.
Okay. And also, if you check this, actually, other answers are not possible, right? Because if you just do this step by step, in the question, it says that A is less than B. So again, trial and method. For example, if A equals 1, right? If you substitute here, 1 to the power B, B to the power 1, also B must be equal to 1. But actually, A must be less than 1, so that cannot be the answer, right? If A is equal to 2, then B is equal to 4. That is the answer. But now, how about if A is equal to 3? If you just substitute any number greater than 4, here we will have 3 to the power of B and B squared, right? And as you see here, this one is fixed. It's not changing. The base is changing. But actually here, B is in the power. That means that this actually, we call this in math, maybe in the future you will study this, maybe next year, we call them exponential function. This exponential function or exponential expression, it grows much, much faster than this polynomial. This one is polynomial because here B is unknown and the degree is, what is it? Constant. So actually after 3, we don't have any solution. That's why the only answer is when A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 4. Ayan, when did you solve these questions? During the weekend or?
Yes, I did it last weekend.
Very good, good. Actually, if you just come prepared, it will be good. How about this one, Ayan? Did you solve it?
No, I didn't do this one.
You didn't have time to do this, or?
Yes, I did a few questions, then I had to go somewhere.
Okay. Jasmine, how about you? Do you have any idea how to solve this question? Just tell me the idea.
Teacher, I've heard of how to do it, but I forgot how to do it.
Mr. Chasm,
Yes.
shouldn't you make like a quadratic equation for this?
Yeah, but I mean, just I want to listen to your idea. I mean, if you have any idea, because here the idea is similar to solve this kind of questions. I am. What is the point here? This dot dot dot. What does it mean? It means that the same pattern continues until infinity, right? It never stops. So that means that if I just label the whole thing as x, right? If I just remove this part, as you see, it is just the exact copy of our original equation, right? And also it goes to infinity. That means that infinity means adding something, right? Maybe 2 steps, 3 steps, it does not change anything. If the whole thing is equal to x, and also it's just exact copy of the original equation, also it must be x. Now, if I just write this, we get equation here. Here we have 1 plus 2x is equal to x. Now, if you just multiply both sides by 2x plus x, so here we have 2x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Quadratic equation. And we know how to solve this by factorization. I can write it as 2x times x, and this one is 1, 1. It is plus here. I should put minus here. Minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. 2x times x is 2x squared. If we cross multiply, right, that's equal to x. So I can factorize it as 2x minus 1, and the x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now from here, what is x? 1 over 2, or x equals negative 1. So we know that 1 over 1 plus 2 times 1 over actually is always positive, right? It cannot be negative. So this negative answer is rejected. So what is our answer? The whole thing actually is equal to 1 over 2. So our answer is 1 over 2. Usually if you have this dot, 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 something goes to infinity, number one, just look for a pattern, okay? And number two is, after that, just label the whole thing and form the equation and solve this. All these kind of equations are solved using this method, the same method. Okay, Ayan, Jasmine, Rifa,
Yes, it's clear.
It's okay.
good. All right, how about the next question? It's also a very easy question, right? To find the last digit of 2014 to the power of 2014. The last digit means if I divide this by 10, what will be the remainder? The same question, right? To do this one, that means that we are just interested then in the last digit, because this last digit actually determines, right? I mean, if you just actually raise to the power of 2014, actually that is the same thing as 4 to the power of 2014. Why? Because this 2014, I can write it as 201 times 10 plus 4. Okay. In general, if you have something like this, a plus b, maybe sometimes if you have time, you should think about this very simple thing. This kind of expression, this a, b, n is positive integer. I can always write this as this like this. A times some number, let's say this n, and here we have plus b to the power of n. For example, let's say a plus b squared, right? And we know that that's equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, which is equal to, here, these two terms, what's the common factor? It is a. And the remaining part, a plus 2b, let me just label this by some n, okay? And here we have b squared. And it's something like this. If it is cubed again, for example, a plus b cubed, if you expand this, what do we have here? A cubed plus a squared b, I have 3 here, plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. Except the last term, right? Every term contains a. So a is a common factor. So I can just write it as a times some number n. Because here, what number n? I'm not interested, because we are just looking for the last digit, right? So now here I can write it as a times n plus b cubed. Actually, if I divide this number by a, the remainder is b cubed, right? So that is, this b cubed part is important. Anyway, here, so that means that 2014, it is 201 times 10 plus 4. If you raise to the power of 10, here we have 4 to the power of 2014. So actually, we just need to find the last digit of this 4 to the power of 2014. How do we do that? If you just look at this pattern, 1 to the power of 1. The last digit is 4. 4 squared, the last digit is 16, the last digit is 6. 4 cubed, it is 64, the last digit is 4. And 4 to the power of 4, 256, the last digit is 6. Now it continues. As you see here, it is 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6. If the power is odd number, the last digit is 4. If the power is even number, the last digit is 6. Now from here, the power of this number is even number. So the last digit should be 6. So the answer is, the last digit of the number is 6. Jasmine, what are we doing here?
Sorry, what?
What are we doing here now?
What do you mean? What are we doing now?
We are doing mental exercise. You know what is mental exercise? We have physical
It's
exercise,
an
mental
exercise
exercise,
that's mental.
social exercise, right?
Yes.
So we are doing here mental exercise. Do you agree or not? Just thinking, why is it so? Why is it so? I'm just what we are doing here is just called mental exercise. We are sharpening our thinking skill. Otherwise, it gets rusted, and I mean, if it gets dull, right? Even soft things we cannot cut with our knife. Our knife is our brain. So by doing some mental exercises, we actually sharpen our brain so that we can cut everything. Okay, do you get it?
Yes.
Good. Let's move on to the next question. That's also a beautiful question. I'm sure, Ayan, you must have solved this. Did you?
No, actually, I didn't.
And
The
Jasmine,
problem
have you ever
stated
seen
that
this problem before?
Teacher, what should
Yes,
the
I
question
have.
be?
I
Teacher, what
It's
have
a
should be
seen it.
here?
it's very famous problem. It's nine dot
But
problem. It is called nine dot problem.
teacher, we should like connect all the dots with 4 lines.
Four line segments. Yes.
Uy, da. Oh my god. But
How can you do that? The diagram shows nine dots, 9 points. Draw
Teacher,
four
it doesn't
consecutive
tell
line
you that
segments.
it has to be straight.
What? Say again?
It doesn't tell you that the line has to be straight.
No, it says line segment. Line segment is straight. But if it's like this, for example, we don't call this line segment. It's a curve. Line segment is like this, right? If it is say it's a line, you may question, Jasmine. It is line doesn't have to be straight. Yes. But if it's a line segment, it is a straight line. It's a part of a straight line. It has initial point, it has end point. Anyway, guys, we are talking about straight
Teacher,
line
I
segment.
got my answer.
You got your answer? Can you draw it on the screen? Or what does it
Should I
look
show
like?
my
Just tell me.
copybook?
Huh?
It looks like an arrow.
Yeah, you say arrow. Some people say umbrella. This different
Well,
approach.
arrow, umbrella, I don't know what it looks like.
Okay. So very simple word here in
teacher,
a lot of
can you give us more 30 seconds, please?
yes.
Okay, just more.
I've seen this one before.
Yes, in some motivational speech, they also use this nine dot problem, thinking out of box.
Ah, teacher, I think I know how to do it. Can I say?
Can you draw on the screen, Rifa?
Can I say how to do it?
Yes,
Um, sure. Okay. So basically, let me share my screen. You didn't allow share
like
screen.
this.
Yes, 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 yes. Like this, like this. Can we do it like this?
Yeah, of course. Four line
Yeah.
segments, right? An initial point of this one coinciding the end point, I mean end point of this one coinciding the initial point of the same line segment. Continue here, the second one, and third one and fourth one. Did I draw four line segments? Yes. The start point of the next segment must coincide with the end point of the previous segment. Does it meet this requirement? Yes. Then that's the answer. Actually, that's the only answer.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it like this.
But what is the point here is, as you see here, if you just consider it as a square, right, or box, without going out of the box, we cannot draw this line. It's not possible. So to be able to draw this, I mean, join all of these points in this way, you must go out of the box.
To be honest, I never would have thought of this.
Yeah. It's also Interesting question, I am, but this is a very famous question actually. And now you have some idea. And also thinking out of the box, the only way to draw this one is you need to get out of the box. So anyway, there are more questions in Sasmo. Every year they ask one this type of question. So that's why Ayan, when it just one idea comes, okay, if it doesn't work, so you have to think in a very, very different way. Okay. Now we will see more questions like this soon. All right. How about this question, guys? First, can you just give a try, maybe 1.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes, and after that, let's discuss. If you know the answer or any method, you can just share with us now.
I did it.
How?
I like added them. It's like a very complicated way to say it. I don't really know how to explain it, but I can just say my answer.
Yes. What's your answer?
I have 34344.
Really?
Yeah, like 34,344.
The last five digits?
Yeah,
No, I don't think it's correct.
that's what I got for some reason.
How did you get your answer? How did you add these numbers, Ayan?
Okay, I will just read my calculation. For example, I have done 213 plus 201, and then you get 2,214. You take 4, and then 221 goes in your mind, and then you do 221 plus 2012. You take the 3, and then 223 goes in your mind, and then you keep adding until you have 5 digits.
Okay, and when you do so, it cannot be 3434. It should be 01234, right? Are you saying like this, Ayan? For example, usually how do we add numbers? We just write them in a column, right? Let me just write the first number here. The second number is 11. I just write like this, right? And third number is 111. It is 1, 1, 1. Next number is four ones, 1, 1, 1, 1. Next number is 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And it just continues here. And I just write the last number at the bottom. So that is 1, 1, dot, dot, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And draw a line. And well, we are just adding. Now, when we are adding this, we just start from the right hand side, right? We just add units digit first. So if you just add the units digit, how many ones do we have here?
More than 100, probably.
No, no, 2014. Exactly, we have 2014 ones,
Oh,
right? Because here we have 2014 digits. In the first number, one digit. Second number, two digits. Third number, three digits. Since we are actually in the last number, we have 2014 digits. That means that we are adding 2014 numbers here. So the last digits are one ones. So now I am adding 2014 ones. So if you add them together, what is it? It is 2014. So now how do we add this? We just actually write the last digit, right? And keep the rest in mind. So here we have 4. So now I have here what? 2010. Now in the second column, how many ones do we have, Aya?
second, you
Yes.
have 2013.
2013, right? If you add them, 2013. Now we have 2010. If you add them, what is it? 4023. So the last digit is 3. So I just write here 3 again, right?
But
And how?
Mr. Kazim,
Yes.
but you added it, you got 2014, but what about the 201? Then you have to add the 201
No,
to
no,
the
it's not
second one.
201. We have here 2010, right?
No, but like you wrote the 4, 201, it has to go in your mind.
Yes. Yeah,
And then you
actually,
have
it
to
is
add
not
it.
201. That is 2010. Ayan, why are you saying 201? It is 2010. I'm just actually taking 4 units from here, right? What is left here? 2010.
Oh, so if you add it, it will still stay as 3.
Yeah, of course. Actually,
because
here we
like it
have
ends in a zero.
2014, right? Now, if you just get 4 units for 2014, what is left behind? 2010, not 201.
Oh, I added it to 201. That's why I have it wrong.
No, it is 210. Okay. So in the next one, we have 2013. If you add this, we have 3. In the next one is 2012. Again, add, it is 2. The next one, 2011. The last digit is 1. And the next one, we have 2010. And the last is 0. So here we have 0. So that's enough. So the last 5 digits are dot, 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 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Now, this is very tricky but beautiful question. Now you have to think out of the box to solve this question. Did you do this? Ayan, Jasmine, Rifa?
I will think about it.
Rifa, did you go
I
to school
haven't done it.
today?
Yes, yes, and yesterday also.
Oh, yesterday also, really? How many days do you go to school now? 2 or 3?
As 3 days, like Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
But for the rest of the schools, it's only 2 days.
Rifa, you
Wait, do
said
you go to
Tuesday, Thursday,
21st
Friday,
century then?
Yes.
but today is Wednesday. Did you go to school today?
Oh, not Thursday. I mean Wednesday. Wednesday. Yes, yes.
Ah, okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, good. So, guys, Ayan, Jasmine, Rifa, I'm listening to you. Did you try this question, or do you have any idea? Or if you have any answer, just let me know. How would you cut? Actually, we can just suppose like this instead of sausage, okay? Let's suppose that, and you have maybe 10 identical diamonds, all right, in some kind of maybe cylindrical shape. And cutting one cut maybe costs around, let's say, $10,000, right? So now, using the minimum number of cuts, you have to share this among 18 people equally. The question is, how would you solve this problem? I mean, just to make a story, actually. So here in this question, we have 10 identical sauces. So we have to share these sauces equally among 18 people with the least number of cuts. What is your answer and how do you verify your answer? Any answer? Any idea? Any solution?
No.
There is confused. Like cutting into 10 parts, but sharing equally among 18 people.
I can
I'm
do this,
confused.
of course, with many cuts, but here the question is the least number of cuts required.
Rifa, you're not cutting into 10 parts. You're cutting 10 sausages.
Oh. Ah, okay. Okay. Mm,
Jasmine, how about you?
I don't know
Jasmine,
how to do it either.
really? You have no idea?
I like I know how to do it, but I don't like it's not working.
Mr.
Okay.
Chasm,
Yes,
which
I am.
grade questions are these?
Huh?
Which grade questions are these?
Grade 7.
Which grade? Oh, yes, I did the grade 7 sample questions.
This one is S1, Ayan. S1 is for grade 7. For you, S2. But actually, you need to practice S1, S2, and S3 questions.
mhm.
These ones are already confusing. Grade 8 will be even more confusing than this.
Yeah. It's okay, but questions are similar, I am. So that's why first I wanted to start with secondary, and after that S2, S3. And you will see that after we finish maybe S1, S2, S3, you will have some idea. And when you just try other questions, you can do much, much better. Because for the first time you're solving such questions, and if you get confused a little bit, it is, I mean, normal. All right. You should not get surprised by that. Anyway, guys, actually, this is really not that easy question. Okay. I mean, if you just ask as many people, they cannot solve this. All right. And this is a little bit challenging question, let's say. And the least number here is, the answer is 5. Okay. Now, Rifa, you may wonder, Mr. Kaz, how is that possible? So I'm just going to do some kind of, not trick, but we are just going to do this in a clever way. So, Mr. Rifa, how many sources do
Am I lagging or it's teacher?
No, it's the teacher. I'm also lagging.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Mr. Chasm, I had to leave because I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, we also couldn't hear.
Oh, wait. Okay.
No, now it's like okay. Now it's good, pretty good.
Oh, I did this question. Wait, let me see my answer.
Okay. I don't know what
Teacher,
happened.
actually, I look. Can you go to the previous question where there was like a rectangular thing that we should divide into 4 parts? Yes, this one. I tried to do this actually, but I couldn't do it.
Guys,
I have done it.
let's finish this question. Okay, then we will what is it? Discuss this. All right, the next one.
Okay.
And guys, you may wonder 5. For me, this question was very interesting, and also actually my answer was maybe like 8 or 6. Okay, and after that, I asked this question to my students at the university, and one student answered. Okay, that is, he answered 6, and I thought, okay, 6 is the minimum number. And after that, I have another student. I don't know, maybe you know her, Daphne. He's also grade 8 student. Ayan, do you know Daphne?
She's my classmate.
Oh, she's your classmate.
Yeah.
And her Daphne's parents
And
are
some.
engineers. And Daphne asked this question to to her parents, and they answered this one 5. And she explained it was so beautiful, and I mean, a smart way. Okay, so now I will explain. Maybe also you'll get surprised. I don't know. It depends on how much you love math. And sometimes some solutions for me it looks so beautiful, so fancy, and I really appreciate the solutions. Anyway, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Teacher, you're lagging sometimes actually for me.
Yeah, I don't know why it's happening. Should I change this to Wi-Fi? I don't know. This is the first time it's happening. I don't know what was happening to my internet.
Also, teacher, I hear that in Cambodia there is
Oh, I
free
see. It's
Wi-Fi.
from
Like
Wi-Fi.
in house, Wi-Fi is free. Is it true?
What did you say?
I'm saying that I heard somewhere. I don't know where exactly, but in Cambodia, like home Wi-Fi is free. Is it true?
It's not true, of course. What do you mean whole Wi-Fi? If you
Oh,
just go
okay.
to coffee shops everywhere, it is free. In my house, Wi-Fi is free because maybe it is included in my rental fee, but our owner does not charge anything for Wi-Fi. But I'm just sitting inside the room. It's a bit far away from the Wi-Fi. That's why I use 4G. And my actually computer connected to Wi-Fi. That's why actually there's a disconnection. I didn't notice that because my telephone is running out of battery, and that's why. Anyway, guys, that's the reason. I think now I just realized that my hotspot was off, turned off automatically. So now it will not lag anymore. let's get back to this question. It is this, okay? It is not so easy question, but as practicing more and more questions, I and Rifa Jasmine, now we are actually, what is it? Collecting new ideas. So when you just approach another question, for example, you just keep this idea in your mind, right? It's like we are collecting weapons or tools. So that if we have more tools, we can actually do or carry out more operations. So what is the least number of cuts required to cut 10 identical sauces so that they can be shared equally among 18 people? Just 18 minimum number of cuts, right? How we are going to cut, nothing is given here. So the first sausage, I am going to put like this. Just when you look at the top at the sausage, okay? And other sausages, let me just put them like this. The first one, the second one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many sauces? This one is number 1, this one number 2, and 3, and 9. And my first cut will be like this. I just cut this from the middle. Okay, my
Mr.
first cut is this. Yes,
Why is the first sausage a circle?
because I put, Ayan, you can just hold your pen, okay? And I put this 9 sausages horizontally on the table. And the first sausage vertically on the table. Okay, vertically. Vertical and other sausages just horizontally on the table.
If you put it vertically, how is it a circle? It will still be like a line.
Yeah, actually, this one are like cylindrical, right? Just for easiness, I'm just drawing the as a line. Or you
Oh,
can just uh, it's not a line actually. These are sauces, right? Each one is sauces. It's like cylindrical shape, right? And let me just draw here. We have one actually sausage in cylindrical shape, and I'm just cutting from here, right? The first one, and from the top. If you look from the top, I'm just dividing like this, right? And now here we have 9 pieces. If I just cut this, now here, how many pieces I have? Here we have 18 pieces. So now I just distribute this part to 18 people. Each one receives half sauces, right? Now here I have one left here. Now after that, I will cut one more. My second cut will be like this. And my third cut will be like this. Okay. Now, how many pieces do we have? Oh, the rest is already distributed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after that, I just put this horizontally on the table again. Okay. So we have already, actually here we have 6 pieces, right? Already cut this. Now I cut one more from here and I cut one more from here. These are equal. So now how many pieces here again? I have here 18 small pieces, right? So again, I will distribute this to the people. Now, how many cuts I made here? That the first line, number 1, the second line, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So altogether, actually, we just made 5 cuts. Okay.
okay.
And also, Ayan, last time, if you remember, I think we did this together, right? And if you're given a circular disc, right? And with 3 cuts, what is the maximum number of equal parts we can make? And also, if you just don't think out of the box, we cannot do that, right? One cut we made like this, another cut we made like this, and after that, we just stack them, right, together. That's over each other, 4 pieces. And after that, we just cut one from here, right? Actually, here, that means that one piece will be like this. But under this, we have 3 more pieces. And after that, if I just cut one more, like, that means that we can just actually divide this into 8 equal parts with 3 straight cuts. These questions are solved using the similar logic. Okay, guys, let's move to the next question. If you have no questions, or if you have any question, you can
I
ask them.
have done this question.
How did you do that? How?
Can I show you my answer?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
Oh my God, hello. I'm really sorry. I totally forgot about
Yeah,
this.
that's good, Ayan. That's good. But Ayan, I
What do
wonder
you mean
how
that's
actually uh, came to that decision. How did you find it?
I was just trying a
Mister?
million different ways of like with straight lines. And then I thought that maybe you can't do it with straight lines. So I just tried it a different way and then I found it.
Okay.
Mister, sorry for being late. I
Murat, it's
totally
okay.
forgot about this.
It's okay. All right. We have only 8 minutes left, Murat. It's okay. At least you join here. Okay, Ayan and Jasmine, Rifa, Murat, what I suggest you this in this kind of questions, Ayan, you may try this, but I think, okay, how would I solve this question? Okay, here, as you see here from the picture, I can divide this into 3 parts, right? Now from here, for example, 1, and from here, 1. Now, how many squares do we have here? Now the question
3.
is, I have 3 squares. How can I divide it into 4 identical parts? Now again, if I just divide every square by 4, 4 times 3, I will have 12 smaller squares. And after that, I can divide 12 by equal 4 parts, right? If you divide this by 4, then I will have 3 identical shapes. So to do this one, I will continue dividing like this. The first one and the second one, right? And how many small identical squares I have here? As you see here, 12, right? So that means that each my shape must contain 3 squares. Now, if you think this, Ayan, you can just solve this much, much faster. Now, from here, let's say the first part is, as you see this part, let me just denote it by A, okay? The second one is, let's say this B, right? Another one is here, let's say this C, and this one is D, right? So I think you can see the shapes, right? From here, the first one is this part, right?
Mister, were you recording this meeting?
Yes.
Can you tell me your YouTube channel? I want to watch it because I wasn't like I was really late. I want to watch it from the beginning.
He sent the playlist to our WhatsApp group and he just puts the videos in that playlist.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Ayan, I really appreciate your cleverness. Thank you, Ayan. Ayan, do you have any siblings, brothers, sisters?
Yes, I have a sister.
Only sister, no brother?
No,
I also
How
have a
old,
sister.
how old is your sister?
she is 5.
Oh, she's younger than you.
Yes,
So she was born in 2016 or 14? I mean 15.
15.
Oh, I see. Is 15 1 year older than my daughter, 1 year younger than my son.
I also
Have
have a sister, and she was born in 2015 too.
15. Okay, good.
Yeah.
My okay, kids are born in 2014 and 16. Number 3 and number 4. I have 4 children. Number 1 is 2008, 2010, 2014, and 2016. 2 boys, 2 girls. Anyway, I think you are the same age with my son, maybe 1 year older. Ayan, you were born in 2007, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So that's it. Ayan, my idea about this one is if you just divide into smaller grids, right, or squares, usually we call them grids, right? And after that, you can see that picture much, much faster, easier. And without grids, actually seeing this one may be a bit harder. Anyway, that's the way. How do we divide this? Let's move to the next question. How do you solve this question? It is x to the power of 5, right? In usual way, solving this question is very hard, almost impossible. So usually the most popular way to solve this kind of equation is factorization method. So we have to factorize this. How? As you see here, here we have x to the power of 5 plus 2x cubed. X cubed is a common factor. So I have here x squared plus 2. And here, what is a common factor? -1. So it is minus. So here we have x squared plus 2. On the right hand side, we have 0. So now x squared plus 2, x squared plus is a common factor. So here we have x squared plus 2. Yes, I am. What happened?
I have an idea.
What idea?
Maybe you can write x5 as like x3 plus x2, and then you can just collect like terms. Can't you do that?
How can you do that?
Like x to the power of 5 equals x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2.
Like this?
Yes, and then you just collect the like terms.
Oh my gosh, Ayan, how can we do that?
I don't know, some strange way.
So you are saying that this x squared, I can write it as x plus x.
Well, not really.
But it's the same thing, right? You have x5, it is 3 plus 2, it is 5. Here it is 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is 2.
Okay, then it's wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong, I am. Only you can just write it like this, x to the power of 5. I can write it as x cubed times x squared, not plus. Okay, so Ayan, usually the higher order, I mean degree, the only way is you have to try is factorization. Factorize, and after that we know that we have the factorization of two numbers, right? Something times something is equal to 0. The only way the product is equal to 0 means each one should be equal to 0. X squared plus 2 must be equal to 0, or x cubed minus 1 should be equal to 0. And here, x squared is equal to minus 2. It is not possible, right? Every real number squared is always positive, so we have no answer here. And how about here? X cubed is equal to 1. So what is x is equal to 1? So the solution of this equation is only, it has one solution, that is 1. All right. How about the last question? How about this one? Did anybody try, or do you have any idea how to solve this? Guys, let's do this question and I will finish today's class, okay? If you have any idea, tell me. If you want to try, you can try. And maybe we can discuss together. Ayan, did you solve this question?
I solved one similar to this.
Oh, teacher,
At the end, my answer was 1. It's not the same question, but it was a different one.
Yes, it is different one.
I think I solved it once, but I don't remember how I did it. But the answer was like something like 1006 point something. But I don't know how I did it, but I remember I did it once.
Okay, guys, just let me do something. Okay. For example, if I want to add these numbers, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11. Ayan, how would you add these numbers?
Maybe 7 plus 3, it's 10, and then 9 plus 1, another 10. You have 20, and then 25, 36.
Very good. So we are just pairing, right? It's much faster. 1 plus 11, it is 12. 3 plus 9, it is 12. And 5 plus 7, it is 12. How many 12s do we have? 3. So 3 times 12, the answer is 36, right? So I'm just going to use this idea, okay? How? And as you see here, again, if we have this kind of fraction, let's say A over C plus B over C, I can just write it as 1 over C times A plus B. The same thing, right? We just studied this in algebraic manipulation. Okay, the same thing. So now I can just write this sum as this. Before that, let me just find this sum. What is this? 1 plus what? It's 1 plus 2? Oh, I see. I'm confused actually. In your level in S2, we have similar question, but a little bit harder than this. Oh, it is so easy, I think, here. Because these are just natural numbers. I thought these are odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 2014, right? And we know that the sum of the natural numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 plus n, it is just equal to n times n plus 1 over 2. And how do we get this? The idea is very simple. If I just write this in reverse order, here we have n. Before n, we have n minus 1. Before n minus 1, we have n minus 2. And here we have 1. Now, if we just add them side by side, here we have 2s. Here we have n plus 1. 2 plus n minus 1, n plus 1. 3 plus n minus 2, n plus 1. And n plus 1. How many n plus 1 we have here? N. Here we have n times n plus 1. If we divide both sides by 2, and here we get n times n plus 1 over 2. So using this one, then this just equal to 1 over 2014. Let me just keep this outside. The sum of the numerators. What is it? It is 2014 times 2015 over 2, which is equal to, these two things are gone. So the answer is 2015 over 2. Or that's just equal to 1007 and a half. Okay. Yeah, actually in the same year in S2 to grade 8 students, there was the question was like this. Find this sum. It is 1 over 2014, 3 over 2014, 5 over 2014, dot, dot, and here we have 2014 over 2014. Not 2014, here it is 2013.
Yes,
Okay.
I did that question.
Yeah, we will do this a bit later in the next paper, but this is a little bit different, but a bit harder. Not too hard, but we need to actually do this in a bit different way. Okay. So guys, thank you very much. I think that much is enough for today. And also I will save this, share in WhatsApp. And after that, maybe also a video, I will add this to the playlist as soon as I have time. Okay. So when do we have class? I am Friday.
Yes, on Friday.
Okay, then I will meet you on Friday. Okay. Have a good night and wish you good luck in your studies. Thank you. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, mister.
Bye, Murat.